hate to break it to you, baby, but no kids came out of this cuckoo, baby. Not one. Team no kids. Team F them kids. Not a baby mama. Not a baby mama. Not a baby mama.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, I'll give you a second to subscribe. Go ahead. No, it's okay, I'm patient. Okay, that was more than enough time. As you guys can see by the title, y'all, I finally have another story time for you guys. I'm not gonna give the whole spiel like I do in every story time, like, y'all been waiting for a story time. Y'all already know, y'all always waiting for a story time. I'm always owing y'all story time, so here it is, okay? Here it is. Just to give you guys some insight on why I haven't done a story time in a long time. Whoa. I don't need no interruptions, y'all. Hold on. Hey, I'm filming a story time right now. Say hey.
Hi.
Can I call you after?
Yeah, love you.
Alright, love you. So as a lot of you guys may know, I was scheduled to get a reduction surgery done, and I wouldn't say there was a complication necessarily. There wasn't a complication. It was more so I have a heart condition and I also have severe anxiety. Whenever I go to the doctor for anything, I have a really bad anxiety attack, or like my heart just races, and because of the history of the heart condition that I had, they kind of didn't want me to do the surgery. They wanted me to get cleared by the cardiologist first, and when I went to the cardiologist in hopes to get cleared, I had another one of those episodes happen and they wanted me to go to the ER, and that has happened twice in the last week and a half or so. So I'm gonna update you guys with that about that later, because tomorrow I'm going back to the heart doctor again, and hopefully I don't get worked up and get sent back to the ER again, but that's neither here nor there. Y'all are here for tea. Y'all are not here for nothing sad. Y'all are not here for nothing worrisome. Y'all are here to hear my trauma. I'm here to give you guys the story of the time I found out a boy that I was messing with had a baby. I was very naive, and when it came to friends as well. Actually, I can say that sometimes I am pretty naive still, because even the story time of what happened to me in Miami literally a couple months ago. I did want to say, I know a lot of you guys are really into story times mostly, but if you guys could go tune into my Vlogmas. I know I always tell you guys to go tune into my vlogs, but it would really mean the world if you guys tune into my Vlogmas, because I'm working really hard on those. I'm working really hard on any video that I put out for you guys, but I was especially excited to do Vlogmas, and my vlogs don't do as well as these videos do for you guys. So let's get into the story. I don't want to ramble on too much. This took place back when I was 16 years old. I wouldn't say I was just getting into dating, but I was just getting into the kind of dating where I was allowed to like go places, like, you know, go see the person I was dating and go hang out and go to their house and stuff like that. Fortunately, I didn't sleep with this person. I didn't sleep with anybody at this time. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17 years old. I had a friend, we're gonna name him, I don't know if I'm doing crazy names this time. I want to do Christmas holiday names. So I'm going to name the boy the boy that this story time is about, we're gonna name him the Grinch. We're gonna name him the Grinch, and then we're gonna name the girl in this story, we're gonna name her Cindy. Yeah, the name we're gonna give the girl in this story time is Cindy, like Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch. We're gonna name him the Grinch, and we're gonna name my friend that put me onto him Max. We're gonna name him Max, and if y'all don't know who Max is the Grinch's dog. Max at the time was my really close male friend. It wasn't one of those male friends that would flirt with me or like try to, you know, mac, because a lot of times when you have a friend that's a male, they're gonna try to mac on you. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 I want to say, but I guess this was the 9 times out of 10. Like every close guy friend or male friend that I had tried to mac on me, and I don't like that. But this guy specifically didn't ever really try to mac on me. I didn't have a boyfriend, and I was very much so boy crazy, and Max had a lot of friends. Like, okay, give me the boys. Where the boys at? Like, where the boys at? Alexa, play Where the Boys At by OMG Girls, because where the boys at?
Playing specific songs is
Alexa, stop. I texted my friend Max and I was just like, where to find niggas at? Where are your friends? Like, put me on to one of your friends because I am ultimately tired. I am tired of being single. I'm tired of these boys playing with me. I'm tired of these boys playing with my emotions. And, you know, I was under the impression that if Max was to put me on with somebody, you know, he would put me on with a respectable boy, right? Max ended up telling me that he had one homeboy that was single or whatever and that he could give me his Instagram or whatever because he knew, like, one thing about me is I'm gonna shoot my shot, okay? Shooters shoot, and I usually make it. Actually, at the time, I usually missed. I can't lie. A lot of time, I got curved a lot when I was 16. Y'all know, like, when you're younger and you're not really, like, you don't grow into your beauty. Like, I was not cute. I told him, all right, just give me his Instagram and, you know, I'll work my magic. I'll do what needs to be done to get what I need to get. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is like a couple pictures. If you like 3 of my pictures in a row, you're trying to tell me something. You want to be my boyfriend, just say that. If you want to be my boyfriend, just say that. I decided to shoot him a little DM or whatever because I was tired of waiting for him to read my mind. So I was like, hey, like, you know, something along the lines of like, you're cute. He ended up giving me his number and we started talking. So I don't know about y'all cities, but the city of Atlanta, niggas are ready to pull up after the first conversation. Like, they want to see you after the first conversation. Like, when can I see you? That's like the famous words of every Atlanta nigga. Like, when can I see you? Like, that's what they love to say. When can I see you? Baby, in your dreams. Go to sleep. You can see me in your dreams. Our first link up, we just hung out. And I would say that we, like, started talking and things, I wouldn't say things got serious because we weren't serious, but like we got very close very fast. So we started hanging out all the time. We started going places all the time, but he would always say things like every time that we went out, he had to come back home like fairly quick. Like, we hung out a lot, but it wouldn't ever be for a long period of time. And then it got to a point where he was like, if you want to hang out like longer, you could come over my house. He said, I live with my aunt, like that his aunt had a newborn, like, or a young baby, probably like, I don't know about newborn, probably like 1 year old. She worked from home, but she was always on the computer working, and like she had him watch the baby a lot. So I went over to the house, I met the aunt, and I met his cousin. I got put onto him during the summer. This wasn't like a after school situation. This was in the summer. So there was a lot of times where he would hit me up and ask me if I could come over his house, but that he wasn't there yet, and asked me to watch like the baby for like an hour before he got home and stuff. Like, y'all, I was damn near this child's mother at the time. Like, at 16 years old, I was not trying to be nobody's stepmother, okay? At 16 years old, I was not trying to have a boyfriend who had a child. This boy was 17 and I was 16. Not to say that, you know, if you're 17 and you have a baby that you should be ashamed of yourself or anything like that. It's nothing crazy like that. But at 16 years old, I was not ready to be, you know, being a stepmom and stuff. I hope nobody gets mad at me for that or bashes me, because I'm not saying that men with children or single dads or whatever don't need no love. They need love, just not from me. There was one instance where we wanted to go to a movie that was pretty late, probably like at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or something like that. And he was saying that his aunt was still working, like she was working late, and that she wouldn't really want him to do that because she would want him to watch the baby. Y'all, I swear at the time, I thought that his aunt was just not like the best mom. Like, why is she putting the responsibility of taking care of her baby on you? Like, you're 16, like you have a life to live, like what's up? So he went downstairs and he was just asking her like, hey, you think you can watch blank, like the baby's name, while we go to a movie or whatever? And she was just like, she said it real quick, she was just like, boy, like I'm working, like that's not my responsibility. And I was just like, in my head I was like, that's not your responsibility, girl. That's not his responsibility either. So he comes upstairs and he's just like, she's not going, like it's dead, like she said no. And I was just thinking to myself, like, she said she doesn't want to watch her baby, like, oh my gosh. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So I went back home. We were talking for probably like a month. I wouldn't say it was too long. Nah, it was probably like 2 months, 2 or 3 months max, that we were together. But we were only talking for like the first month or whatever. We were just chilling and like getting to know each other or whatever. So I ended up coming over his house one time and we're just chilling and we're hanging out. He's texting somebody like, y'all, this is like, I'm talking to him and stuff, and he's like, yeah, like, yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, what are you doing on your phone? Pay attention to me, like, hello. And he's just like, oh, my bad, like, the group chat is going. Like, y'all know back then, niggas was in group chats like crazy. Like, boys had, like, group chats full of 10 people, like, always in a group chat. And I was just like, like, can you just mute your phone or something? Like, damn, like, I should be the main event here. Like, what are you doing? He muted his phone, and he put it on the bed, and he ended up going to go take a shower. Or to do something. I don't remember what it was. He probably went downstairs or went to go take a shower. So all I'm hearing is his phone is buzzing. It's not really dinging anymore, but it's buzzing, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I pick up his phone. Well, I pick up his phone and I'm looking at it, and I don't know his password or anything like that. It's just his lock screen, and it says Cindy. And I'm like, who the fuck is Cindy? Like, you said it was the group chat. This doesn't say the boys. This doesn't say gang. This says Cindy. So who the hell is Cindy? He comes back in the room and I'm like, so who is Cindy? Why is Cindy texting you? He's like, oh, that's just my ex. That's my crazy ex. She's always texting me. She's always on my top. Like, she's just a crazy ex. Like, she'd never want to leave me alone, but it's nothing going on with that. I'll just tell her to stop texting me. Y'all know what I said? I said, okay, handle that, please. Handle that, please. I was just like, handle that, please. I don't want to see her texting you no more. Like, handle that. I didn't say, show me. I didn't say, okay, can I see? Like, what do you, like, why is she texting? Why didn't you block her? Like, when were y'all together? Who is she? Like, when did y'all, you know, like, I didn't ask no questions. I was just like, please handle that. I don't care who Cindy is, but Cindy need to go. Like, Cindy need to stop texting you. He ends up texting something, and then the dings and the beeps and the all of that stops. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we continue the night and everything's cool. Fast forward probably another couple days, and I get a notification on Instagram from Cindy. Somebody follows me with the username something Cindy XX Cindy, love Cindy, he loves Cindy, something like that. It was Cindy in the name. What are the odds that, you know, a different Cindy would have followed me, or some random Cindy would have followed me? So I go to the page to click on it, and it's private. It's a private page, and I used to have pride, y'all. Like, I was not about to try to request to follow. Like, no. Like, the little inkling or the little thought that I had that could be that Cindy told me, like, no, she followed you, she's pressed, do not, you know, request to follow her. Don't show that you care to see what she looks like, none of that. So I didn't request to follow her. That was one of my mistakes right there. She just followed me. She didn't DM me or anything like that. So I was just like, whatever. Like, if that's her and she wants to follow me, she wants to see her ex on my story, then that's her. Like, that's her prerogative. Like, you know, different strokes for different folks. If that's what she wants to do, I'm gonna let her do it. For the like next couple of days, I'm posting. Like, I'm petty queen. I wanted to see, you know, I thought to myself, like, if this is Cindy and I'm posting him, maybe she'll slide up and say something. Like, maybe she'll, like, you know, confirm that that is who that is. So I started posting him up. I was putting like him all over my story, posting me, him, and the baby sometimes, like, just like, you know, little cute videos of the baby, because the baby was really cute, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. One day I post him up on my story, and I get a notification that she said something. I think she just swiped up and put a heart eyes. I don't know if they have that like little thing where you could react with a heart eyes, but if not, she like said something back to my story with heart eyes, and sometimes she would put laughing emojis, and I just ignored her, y'all. Like, I was not stunting her because I had her clocked in my head as crazy ex. Like, I was not stunting her. I didn't care. Like, I was like, yeah, girl, you see us? Like, we cute, right? One day, she slides up on our story that I have with him, and she's just like, LOL, ... or something like that. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? This girl has been reacting to my story for too long. I haven't said nothing to her. I want to really know what's up with this girl. Like, the D cannot be that good. I wouldn't know, but it can't be that good. Like, damn. So I was like, girl, what is your problem? Like, what's your damage? What's wrong with you? Are you sick? Like, you're sick. What is wrong with you? Why are you, how did you even get my Instagram? What is up with you? Like, what do you need? She's like, girl, LMAO. Like, she's dead laughing. Like, she's like, LMAO, AO, AO, AO. You don't even know this boy. Like, you think you know the Grinch. You don't know the Grinch for real. Like, the Grinch really stole Christmas. Like, no, I'm just playing. She was just like, you don't know him like I know him. Like, you must have just got with him. And she's just like, you're goofy as fuck. She's calling me ugly and all types of stuff. So, you know what I did? I blocked her. Y'all know that TikTok that's like, you mad? Your mama, you mad? He was hyped that I blocked her, y'all. he was like, yeah, just block her, ignore her crazy ass, something like that. So I was like, okay, whatever. There was one other little thing that happened, now that I think back to it, that I should have realized something was up. There was a time where his mom, which I don't know, I never really knew why he lived with his aunt like instead of his mom. I didn't really ask him that because I don't know, I just didn't think like anything of it, because I had a lot of friends who lived with their aunt or like lived with the cousin or something, like, you know, I don't know. I don't even think his mom lived in that state. One time that his mom FaceTimed him, she was like, where's my baby? Like, she was like, where's my little baby? And he was like, he answered her really quick, and he was just like, oh, he's asleep. He was like, he's asleep, like real quick. And the baby wasn't even asleep. The baby was not asleep. When he got off the phone, I was like, why did you tell her that he was asleep? And he was saying something like, oh, she would have like wanted to talk to him too long, like she would have wanted me to put him up in the camera too long or whatever. And I was just like, okay. Now we're gonna get to the real situation. There was one time that the Grinch and I wanted to go to the mall. Like, something about Grinch is he always wanted to go somewhere. Like, he always was trying to get out of the house and go do something, which I didn't really have a problem with because I also like to go do things. So we went to the mall, but his aunt told him that we had to take the baby if we wanted to go to the mall because he didn't even have a car. It was her car that he would have taken anyway. So she was like, if you want me to let you take my car, you're gonna have to take the baby with you because I'm working. And I was just like, oh my God, here she goes again, not trying to take care of her baby. Like, what is this tit for tat, holding her car over his head, over her own child? Like, y'all, in my head, I'm judging. Like, I'm judging his aunt in my head. So we take the baby and he drives us to the mall, and we're literally in like a freaking, we have a stroller and the baby, and we're walking like we're a young couple, like a young couple with children. Like, this is like, I look crazy. I know people was looking at me crazy because at 16, y'all, I did look a little older than I was, I guess, but like we looked really young, like very young. We're at the mall or whatever, and the first thing that we decide to do when we get to the mall is go to the food court. Like, I was hungry, I wanted some Auntie Anne's, I wanted me some pretzels. We're at the food court and we're sitting and we're eating or whatever. 5 or so minutes into us sitting and eating, he's on his phone. And then like he looks up at me and he's like, oh, we need to go. No, God, please, no, no. And I was like, why? Like, we literally just got here. Mind you, the mall was like 30-45 minutes away from his house. So I'm like, what you mean we gotta go? Like, I'm not done eating my Auntie Anne's. I just got to the mall and I wanna shop. We just drove 30 something minutes to get here. Why do you want to go all of a sudden? We literally just ate. We haven't even gone into the full mall yet. So he's like, I don't know, like I just don't feel like we should stay at the mall. Like, I feel like it's gonna stress the baby out. Like, I've never really been to the mall with the baby before. Like, I feel like maybe we should just go back to the crib or we can go do something else. And I was just like, no. Like, the baby was chilling, y'all. The baby was chilling, like literally in the stroller, probably sleeping. Like, I literally remember him telling him like, there's nothing wrong with the baby. Like, what do you mean stress the baby out? The baby is fine. I was like, honestly, like, if we go like shop and the baby starts crying or something, like stressing out, then we can leave, but I want to shop now that we're here. But he looks all stressed out and he's just looking at his phone. And he's just like, you know, like, he's like, bro, like, and I'm like, what? So I snatched his phone, y'all. Like, at this point, give me that phone. Like, give me that phone. So I'm looking at his phone, and y'all, Cindy is blowing up this man's phone. Like, he had posted me on his story. Like, I guess he had her blocked or something like that, but he had posted me on his story like when we were walking into the mall. I think he had made a video of us walking into the mall or something like that. And earlier on his story, he had videos of like me, and he had videos of the baby. Like, we would always take little videos of the baby because the baby was so cute. And like the baby was always doing little funny stuff. So like both of our stories had the baby on it. So I don't know if Cindy got a video, like somebody like on the outside sent her something from my story, but we both had like the little Lennox tag. Like, we were at Lennox, we both had the Lennox tag on our story that we were there. So I don't really know like whose page or like how she found out that we were there. She was like, I'm about to pull up to Lennox, like, you really got this around my baby, you got this random girl around my baby. Like, I knew that you were messing with her, but I didn't know that you had her around my baby. Like, I'm finna pull up and come get my baby. Like, she's going off on him. So I'm like, excuse me, why is she saying she's finna come get her baby? And y'all know what this man said to me? She's lying.
Don't do it. Don't do it. she's just tripping because she wants to ruin our relationship. She's just crazy like that. She doesn't like me to be with nobody else, so she's just saying that to try to get you to run away from me.
And I'm like, oh, well, baby, it's working. Like, what? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stay here. We're gonna stay here and wait for her to get here. Since she said she's on the way, we're gonna stay here and wait for her to get here, and we're gonna figure this situation out. Because if that's not her baby, I doubt she's gonna really come here and try to take your baby. So he's like, man, bro, like, why are we doing that? Like, what the, like, can we just go? Like, she's crazy. She gonna cause a scene. And I was like, that's okay. Because she gonna cause a scene and I'm gonna make the movie. That's okay. Like, I was not worried about it. So I was just like, okay, we'll wait for her. So probably like 20 minutes. Like, I don't know if this girl was doing an 80 and a 20 or what. Or maybe she lived closer to Lennox. I don't know where the girl lived. But she got there and y'all, she started wilding out on this man. Like, Cindy is going in on the Grinch. Like, she didn't even like address me really when she got there. I don't know if she was scary or what. But she was just like, what the is wrong with you? Give me my baby. Like, and y'all, I can't lie. She was kind of like being aggressive with the stroller. Like, she was like pulling the stroller and stuff, and like the baby was crying. Like, it was a mess and people were looking. It wasn't so loud to like where security would come running over there or nothing like that, but it was a scene was being made, like, for real. She was making a scene for real. I don't know if I was trying to throw fuel in the fire or what, or if I was like really trying to figure out if this girl was really just crazy. But I was like, so you still gonna tell me that's not your baby? And y'all, once I said that, this girl was so mad. Like, she was crying and screaming, like crying, like, y'all know when y'all so mad that you're crying, like, that's how mad she was. Like, she was like, what the, you said that's not your baby? This not your baby? She's like, this not your baby, Grinch? This not your baby, Grinch? Like, she's pulling up pictures. Like, she's like, what the is wrong with you? You lying to this? You lying to this? Like, and she's going off. So he's like, man, like, y'all know how boys are when they're caught up like shitty as fuck. They're just like, oh, like, he's like, man, you tripping, like, you really tripping, like. And then like she grabs the stroller and she leaves with the stroller, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, this is done. Like, and y'all, not even like just the simple fact that he had a baby, but the fact that he lied. Like, he continuously lied to me about this baby. Because I remember, like, when we were first together, I probably had made a couple jokes about how, like, if he had a baby, it would probably be as cute as that baby was, because that baby was so cute. And I was saying, like, if we had a baby, it would be cute, like, you know, like his first baby would be just as cute as the baby. And like, he would always like laugh. Like, he said specifically that that was his cousin. So it was the fact that he was a liar. Like, I don't want no baby mama drama. Like, this is not cut for me. Like, I'm not cut like that, and I'm 16. Like, what? I don't want no parts with a man that will deny his child just to be with me. Like, no, that's weird. He didn't even turn and follow Cindy and his baby. He turned and started following me up the mall. Like, I'm trying to get away from him. I'm telling him, like, go with her, like, go with where your baby is going. Why are you following me? And y'all, everything is clicking in my head. Like, his auntie is not just this mom who doesn't take care of her child. Like, it wasn't her responsibility. It's this boy's baby. Like, that's not his crazy ex texting him. That's his baby mother texting him. Like, yeah, she was a little crazy, but like, they had a child together, like, and they had just broken up because that baby was young. And so I end up texting Max, and I'm like, bro, why you didn't tell me that he had a baby? Like, or did you know he had a baby? Like, this was one of his homeboys. So I was like, there's no way you didn't know this. He was just like, because I knew that you probably wouldn't want to F with him if I told you.
Well, no fucking shit.
You don't say. Like, he knew exactly that he knew that I wouldn't, because he knows me. So that's exactly why you should have told me. Like, why would you put me onto him and not tell me that very much so important information? So I cut off Max. Like, literally, y'all, I was so pissed because I really did like him. But like I said, like, that's a character flaw. Not having a baby, but lying on your child, denying your child, and like, you know, just doing all of that, that gave me the ick. If he would have been upfront with me and told me that was his child and stuff like that, maybe 16-year-old me would have been down. Like, I really doubt it, just knowing how I was back then. But I would have respected him nonetheless. Like, I wouldn't have been as mad and like hurt that I was, because he was lying to me this whole time. I was over here chilling and like sometimes taking care of a child that was his with somebody else, and like, he was lying to me about it. That just gave me the ick. Like, I was disgusted by that. I ended up unblocking Cindy a little bit after this, and I requested to follow her, and y'all, pictures of her and that baby were all over her Instagram, literally, like all over. And literally, like, one of the bottom pictures was a picture of all three of them. Like, y'all, I really should have requested to follow her sooner. and probably shouldn't have blocked her right away, because she probably was gonna tell me, like, I mean, she was rude to me at first and she did come at me like crazy as fuck, like, so that's why she ended up getting blocked in the first place. But I should have, like, something was telling me that I should dig a little deeper, but I just didn't want to look pressed. But sometimes looking pressed is better than looking stupid. I ended up DMing her and telling her that I had no idea, like, you know, that was her baby or his baby at all, and like, you know, I wasn't trying to overstep or like make her feel no type of way, but that I don't respect how she was rude to me and called me ugly and like was being funny just because I was talking to him, because I didn't know about their history. Like, I didn't even know he had a girlfriend like shortly before we got together. I just got put on. She was like, no hard feelings, girl, but like, I was pissed because this boy is always playing with me about my baby and all this stuff. And I was just like, well, I told him how disgusting it was that he would deny his child just for a girl. Like, you didn't even get no coochie. You're lying, and you're not even lying for some coochie, which that's not good either. But like, what are you gaining here? Like, you're not gaining anything. So yeah, I cut him off. Haven't talked to him since, haven't talked to Max since, and I definitely haven't talked to Cindy since. I hope their baby is doing good. I hope that they're healthy, you know, living their best life or whatever. But yeah, that situation blew me. I have another story time coming out really soon. Let me know if you guys want to hear the story time of how I got scammed by an Atlanta tattoo artist, because he's very popular and that situation is just ghetto. Like, let me know if you guys want that story. If not, that's fine, I'll give you guys a different one. If you guys like this video, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Comment other videos that you guys want to see from me. Follow me on all my social medias that are in my link tree in the description box below. Turn on post notifications so you never miss when I post a video. Show love to my other videos and my vlogs. I have a lot of content coming out for you guys, so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.